Picture this. It's summer 1980. One of rock's greatest anthems, a song that would top charts for 3 weeks, sell 7 million copies, and literally save lives in hospital emergency rooms, is sitting in a recording studio, sentenced to death. The band that created it? They hate it. The record label? They won't touch it. And in just 48 hours, this potential masterpiece will be buried forever as a forgotten album track.
I hate to say it, but it's like what all songwriters say. It's true. It's like you don't write the song writes itself, and it just...
But then, a 21-year-old superfan walks into a dressing room. What he says next will rewrite music history. This is the story of how Michael Jackson saved Queen's lost anthem and accidentally launched the blueprint for the best-selling album of all time.
There must be more to life than living.
Los Angeles, July 1980. Behind the scenes at the Forum, Queen had a problem. They just recorded what would become their biggest global smash, but they were about to kill it. Another One Bites the Dust was too funky, too risky, too different. Drummer Roger Taylor called it career suicide. Much too funky and not enough rock for me. Even guitarist Brian May was skeptical. This bare-bones groove didn't sound like Queen at all. The verdict was in. Bury it on the album. Never release it as a single. Case closed, but Musical Destiny had other plans. Rewind to Munich, months earlier. Musicland Studios, 2 a.m. John Deacon walks in alone carrying a secret weapon, a cassette of Schick's Good Times that he's been playing obsessively in his car. He plugs in his bass and hammers out a hypnotic riff that will soon dominate radio worldwide. Producer Reinhold Mack hits record, capturing lightning in a bottle as Deacon lays down drums, guitar, and hand claps himself, desperate to preserve this groove before his bandmates arrive. By dawn, they have a rough mix that's undeniably infectious. Yet this stripped-down funk sounds so alien compared to Queen's layered anthems that only one person believes in it: the man who created it. The battle lines are drawn, 3 against 1. The song everyone will eventually love becomes the song everyone wants to abandon. By 1979, Queen felt the walls closing in. Critics called their last album old-fashioned. Punk rockers declared arena rock dead. The band faced an impossible choice: evolve or become irrelevant. In Munich's Musicland Studios, they made a desperate gamble. For the first time ever, keyboards crept onto a Queen record. Bassist John Deacon played his Schick and Sister Sledge singles, insisting the next hit had to make people dance. The studio buzzed with tension: guitars versus groove, rock versus funk. When Crazy Little Thing Called Love hit #1, proving experiments could work, the pressure intensified, but Another One Bites the Dust felt like a bridge too far. Even Freddie Mercury, known for bold moves, couldn't convince his bandmates this groove belonged on radio. The compromise was crushing: keep it on the album, but never as a single. July 1980. Queen's dressing room at the Forum. The band sits defeated, still arguing about their controversial track, when security escorts in an unexpected visitor. Michael Jackson, just 21, riding high on Off the Wall, has been watching their shows all week, but he's not here for small talk. Jackson starts humming. The melody? John Deacon's forbidden bass line. His fingers snap to the groove everyone else wants to forget. The room falls silent as the future king of pop delivers his verdict. That's the one. Release it. It's a smash. Roger Taylor pushes back. American rock stations will laugh at us. Jackson's response changes everything. Radio will eat it up. People want to dance. In that moment, Michael Jackson doesn't just save a song. He rewrites the rules of what rock can be. Within 24 hours, everything explodes into motion. Queen's manager Jim Beach phones EMI London and Elektra Los Angeles with an emergency change of plans. Scrap Need Your Loving Tonight, press a 7-inch of Another One Bites the Dust, and rush promo copies to US stations. The gamble seems insane. A British rock band releasing a disco-funk hybrid. The label ships it anyway, hearts pounding. August 22nd, 1980. The single hits radio. What happens next shocks everyone. Urban DJs champion it first. New York's legendary Frankie Crocker spins it alongside Chic and Diana Ross on WBLS. Philadelphia and Chicago follow. Suddenly, top 40 programmers are getting requests every hour for a song they'd never heard of. October 4th, 1980, Another One Bites the Dust hits #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, staying there for 3 weeks. But here's what really breaks the music industry's mind. It also climbs to #2 on the Hot Soul Singles chart. A British rock band just conquered black radio. The impossible has happened. Queen owns both the rock clubs and the dance floor. But Jackson's backstage intervention did more than save one song. It accidentally created the template for musical history. While planning Thriller in 1981 to 82, Jackson set a revolutionary goal. Every track had to smash both pop and R&B radio, fusing rock guitars with funk bass lines exactly as Queen had done. The blueprint is everywhere, from the snapping bass under Billie Jean to Eddie Van Halen's solo on Beat It. When Thriller drops in 1982, it shatters the same genre walls Queen kicked open, becoming the best-selling album of all time. One backstage comment sparked a musical revolution. 40 years later, Another One Bites the Dust lives everywhere. Sports arenas blast it to mock defeated rivals. Movie soundtracks feature its punchy groove. But perhaps most remarkably, it literally saves lives. The bass line sits at exactly 110 beats per minute, the perfect tempo for CPR chest compressions. Emergency rooms now train doctors using Queen's rhythm, proving Michael Jackson's instinct about making people move was more prophetic than anyone imagined. Studies show medical students hit the correct life-saving rhythm more reliably when they follow Deacon's bass line. The song that almost died now prevents death. Imagine if Michael Jackson had stayed home that July night. Another One Bites the Dust dies as an album track. Queen's US momentum stalls. Record labels learn nothing about dance rock crossovers. Future experiments get vetoed as too risky. And Michael Jackson. Without Queen's crossover proof of concept, Thriller aims only at pop radio, trimming the funk rock edges that made it legendary. One moment of silence could have erased decades of musical evolution. If this story hit the right note for you, give the video a quick thumbs up and tap subscribe so you don't miss the next behind-the-scenes music tale. Got a favorite song that almost never saw the light of day? Drop it in the comments. Your suggestion might shape our next episode. And hey, if you know a Queen or Michael Jackson fan who needs to hear how one backstage tip changed pop history, share this video with them now. Thanks for watching, and keep the music playing. From the outside, it looks inevitable. Killer riff, charismatic singer, #1 hit. But the truth reveals how fragile even legendary songs can be. Another One Bites the Dust was almost buried because it sounded too different, too risky, too far from what Queen was supposed to be. Then, a 21-year-old Michael Jackson heard possibility where others heard danger. His simple verdict: that's the hit, cut through weeks of doubt in a single sentence. The resolution was instant and thunderous. Radio embraced the single, the public danced for months, and the track rewired what rock could become. The ripple effects reached everywhere, from Jackson's genre-bending Thriller to countless rock-funk crossovers to CPR instructors keeping life-saving rhythm. All because one superstar heard potential where others heard risk. That backstage moment reminds every creator the next big anthem might be waiting for someone brave enough to say, "Release it." The song that almost never was became the song that changed everything. And it all started with one fan who refused to stay quiet.